Okay, now that you have Android installed, the next step you'll want to take is to install the necessary SDKs. So once Android Studio starts, we go to Configure, SDK Manager. Now this is a pretty time-intensive process. As you notice, we get the SDK Manager pop up in the back, and there are actually quite a few items that you'll want to install. This is the screen from the default install we looked at. So we see there are some tools for 23, Android 6. Some of the items are installed, some are not, and so on. A couple things to point out. First off, in the extras, notice there's not a lot installed. Some of the things that we'll want to make sure are installed, of course, are the Haxum installer, which will allow those of you who have emulators that will work on the processors, accelerators, to use that. And some of the other ones we may or may not. Notice the library automatically wants to be installed. We're not going to do much with Google Play, so we really don't need that. USB driver you do want installed. That will allow you to connect a device, an Android device, if you want to push your software there for testing. So that's what we want for extras. Android 6 is the default install now. We're not going to do much with 6, at least at the beginning of the semester. So if you want, you can install more. If not, that's okay. 511 is the one we're going to try to work with the most, and notice nothing's installed there, so I'm just going to select the whole item there. Another one that would be good to install, to be honest, is 442, and so I'm going to go ahead and select all of those as well too. And although optional, I would probably install all of 6 and go ahead and select all the tools, right? And this is going to take a long time for the install, so you're not going to want to sit there and wait. So as a default, I would do all the tools, do all 6, do all 511, do all 442, and then on the extras, make sure that you have the USB and the Haxum installer, and the support library actually was a default. Don't check it off if anything was default, right? So go ahead and take a look at that. Make sure yours matches, and then go ahead and hit your install, 37 packages. Now you will have to do acceptance, so Android SDK license, we're going to accept. Make sure you scroll down because there may be some other ones hidden. Yep, look at this, Google Glass if we want that, or more importantly, the extra license for the accelerator we want to accept. We won't really do anything with Google Glass, but if you want it, go ahead and accept it as well too. And then hit install. And this does take some time, so once you do that, just leave your computer aside and let it run its course. It's not a good idea to stop it in between. Okay, so as you can see, approximately 10 minutes has gone by and we have quite a bit more time. So I'm going to stop the video there and realize that once it's done, it will simply tell you that the installs are done. It may ask you to update some packages if that happens, but it is quite a long process.